How you guys doing tonight? Are you kidding me, guys? I drove all the way to Bozeman, and I'm going to get this kind of, whoo! How you guys doing tonight? All right, I was expecting a little more excitement. You guys should be excited here to be in Billings, enjoying all your FFA activities and competing. We're excited to be here. My name's Lane Laram. I'm the president of AGR down in Montana State University. I'm from Gladden, Montana. This is Andrew Glennie. He's from Judith Gap. Here's Colin Comas. He's from Lewistown, Montana. Parker Lamborn. He's from North Dakota. We have Ben McCrae, and he's from Jordan, Montana. We have Mr. Ryan Seaman. He's from Geraldine, Montana. And we have our philanthropy chair here, Ian Waldecker, and he's from Michigan. So we're going to do a few games here to get you guys fired up. Are you guys excited to play some games? Let's hear it. All right. So for our first game, we're going to have two volunteers to show us what our game's going to be. If you're familiar with the Minute to Win It game, we'll play a few of those tonight. It's the Oreo game, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to put the Oreo on your forehead, and without using your hands, you're going to try to get it into your mouth. As you can see, our buddy here, Parker Lamborns, he's struggling pretty hard. And you restart. Oh. Let's hear it for Colin. He's almost there. Come on, let's hear it for Colin. Yeah, let's give a round of applause for Colin, guys. All right, so we're going to have Ryan and Drew over here pick some volunteers. So if you want to be a volunteer, let's hear some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Weak sauce. Let's hear some noise. I want to hear some volunteers. Four volunteers. Come up to the stage if you're picked. Oh, well. All right, I think we have our four volunteers. Before we get started, let's say where you're from and your name and where you're from.
I'm Caitlin McCauley from Hinsdale, Montana.
Awesome. Who's cheering for her? Let's hear some noise. All right, where are you from?
Bainville.
And what's your name?
Gianna Boyd.
All right, who's cheering for Gianna? All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
Donna Butikofer, Bainville.
Oh, we have two Bainville girls. Who's cheering for her? Awesome. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Jake Burrows from Rappelj.
Rappelj, who's cheering for him? He's almost a hometown kid. All right. On your marks, set your cookies on your forehead. Get set, go. Let's hear some noise. Cheer them on. Oh, we got one over here. She's coming close. Oh. Yeah. All right, you have to finish. There's no quitters here. You got to get it done. Come on. Almost there. Come on, cheer on. She needs to get it done. Let's go, guys. Oh. One more try. Hey. Oh. All right, feel free to grab some Testicle Festival apparel here from our philanthropy chair. So just a little shout out. A great way we raise money from our fraternity is we put on a concert where we serve world-famous Rocky Mountain oysters, and we put on a pretty good concert. This summer, you guys should be excited for our announcement. We have some big names coming to Bozeman. We're going to be performing out at Brick Breeden. So anybody coming to Montana State or want to get a good concert and support 4-H and FFA and other great institutions, we'd love to have you come. We're going to have one more round of this, so if you think you can do it better than the last group, let's hear some noise, guys. I don't know, Drew. I see some over there. He's loud over here. Oh, he's getting loud. All right. So we're going to go introduce ourselves once again, where you're from.
I'm Gunner Psycho, and I'm from Fairview.
Let's hear it for Fairview. All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Sage Tamke. I'm from East Helena.
East Helena. Who's cheering for him?
I'm Echo Saunders, and I'm from Gardner.
Gardner. Let's hear it for Gardner. All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Nick Woods, and I'm from Fort Benton.
Fort Benton. Let's hear it for Fort Benton. Hook 'em horns. What's your name? Where are you from?
Drain Allison and from Bainville, Montana, which we are from, Montana.
All right. Let's hear it for him. All right. Set up your cookies. Oh, we need a cookie over here. Hold it, hold it. All right. When on the count of 3, I want everybody to cheer really loud, and we'll send these guys off. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Go ahead. Who's our winner? We got to find our winner. Hey, let's be here for her. Woo! Keep on going, guys. Keep on going. Yeah, bring it on. Oh, he broke his cookie. We're going to clean that up afterwards, I promise. Here, come on, come on. All right, one more try, one more try. She won by a landslide. Let's hear it for her once again. All right, let's hear it for our participants and go ahead and grab some apparel. Woo! All right, so for our next event, we're going to have impersonate an advisor. Is anybody excited about that? Are you guys excited about it or what? All right. So if you think you can impersonate your advisor, raise your hand and only come up if you're selected by Ryan or Drew. So let's go for it. All right, Drew, we got everybody picked out. All right. This is how we're going to do it. You're going to introduce yourself as your advisor, and you're going to get about 30 seconds to go through your impersonation. So we'll go one at a time. Quiet on set, quiet on set.
Kaden, tuck your tallywagger in! Stop messing around! Come on, this is serious here! We gotta do this! You guys, if you guys lose, oh my goodness, you're in for it! Just saying.
I'm a little scared right now. What was your advisor's name?
Gemma Lockery.
Was that pretty accurate, guys? They're all scared to say yes. All right, introduce yourself as your advisor, and you got 30 seconds.
Hi there, I'm Mr. Stanley. We didn't come here to lose, so you better get your crap together and go win. Sprinkles are for winners, all right? You win, I'll give you sprinkles on all your ice cream, okay? Go out there, win. We did not come here to lose.
Does that mean we get to go to Dairy Queen after this? All right, I'm going with you guys. All right, introduce yourself as your advisor, and you got 30 seconds.
Hi, my name's Tina Hill, and just so you guys know, I support you no matter how bad you do in your events. Like, I love you no matter what. And by the way, I do have permission to beat you all from your parents. So be good. Make sure you have your official dress ironed, and room checks at 10:30. So be there, and I better see your faces. So.
At least she got permission from the parents. That's awesome. All right, introduce yourself as your advisor.
Hello, I am the other Mr. Stanley, and I'm going to start things off by saying you guys did not do great in the meeting yesterday. Caden, you did not answer the question the way I would have answered the question. You did not get enough debates in. I'm sorry if this isn't what you want to hear. I don't have the personality type that you guys want. But you guys did good, but it wasn't good enough.
We expect better from you. We expect better. All right, go for it.
Hello there, I'm Mr. Barton. We're going to an algae farm today, and I will be your tour guide. We are going to look at all the different plants and enjoy the scenery. It will be a great trip, and just ask me any questions. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to vote for our winner real quick. So if your chapter has good support, this is probably good help on this one. So who thinks she had the best impersonation? All right. Drew's our official judge. He's the guy you got to cheer for right here. All right. Let's hear for this impersonation. Oh. All right. How about here? All right. We can do better. Let's hear it. That's tough. All right. Last but not least. All right, Glennie, who's our winner? All right. You two step forward. All right. Big Timber, you're up. Smart guy. All right. Let's hear it for Big Timber. All right. Now for Bainville. All right, well, it sounds like you guys really love your advisor, Bainville. Woo! All right, go ahead and grab some apparel and head back to your seats. Should we do another one? Or what do you think? How much time do you have? I'd just like to say thank you for letting us come up here. If you guys are at all interested in joining Alpha Gamma Rho, check out us on your guys' app. This is our recruitment chair right here, Parker Lamborn. He'll be here if you guys are interested. We'd love to have you guys come check out the House of Montana State. But thank you guys, and have good luck at your guys' competitions tomorrow. So, yeah, have a good one, guys.
mother in they church hat clap. Man, that sugar gave her color purple coming back clap. When that whole week beat you up and stress you, but you hear that organ playing and remind you of your blessings. on his feet. I wanna do the type of shows that the Lord wanna see. What I mean, if I can make the whole church clap, it ain't a clap in the heavens.
Will everyone please find a seat to begin tonight's session? It is my pleasure to welcome all members, advisors, parents, and guests to the second general session of the 91st Annual Montana FFA State Convention here in the Billings Inn and Convention Center. Please stand as the flags are presented by Lauren Chose and Rory Cousins of the Fairview FFA chapter, and the national anthem is sung by Lane Johnson from the Plentywood FFA chapter.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And it's been great getting to know the members of Montana FFA and to celebrate what has been such a great year. A different year, but a great year nonetheless here in Montana. And I'm really excited to see our state officers lay their heart out on the stage every general session in their RAs. I'm so excited to celebrate the hard work of the members who competed in LDEs this week and CDEs this week. Excited to see the new group of Nuggets who will lead Montana FFA Association on Saturday morning. I mean, there's no shortage of awesome things happening here at the state convention, and I'm glad that I get to be a fly on the wall as everything happens.
Guys, I'm so ready for session tonight.
It's gonna be so much fun. I can't believe we get to be in person.
Guys, it's time for session. We gotta go. Oh! Whoa, Bailey, you're missing a really important part of your official dress. I have my tie.
Your mask.
You're right. I forgot my mask.
Montana FFA, it is a privilege for us to be able to be here in person in Billings for our state convention. Let's make sure we keep everyone safe. Your mask is a vital part of your official dress this week.
Please keep your masks over your noses and under your chins at all times.
Make sure to squirt some hand sanitizer on your hands and stay 6 feet apart.
Countdown to showtime. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome all members, advisors, and guests to the 91st Annual Montana FFA State Convention. Please rise and welcome your 2020 and 2021 State Officer Team. Your State Parliamentarian from Fairview, Allison Young. Your State Sentinel from Missoula, Max Andries. Your State Reporter from Carter County, Gracie Took. Your State Treasurer from Victor, Gracie Smith. Your State Secretary from Missoula, McKenna Quirk. Your State Second Vice President from Dawson, Shay Van Dyke. Your State First Vice President from Big Sandy, Bailey Gaspoda. Your State President from Twin Bridges, Brooke Melhoff. And let's give it up for your State Advisor from Bozeman, Mr. Jim Rose. Tonight, we would like to thank Northwest Farm Credit Services and the Montana Army National Guard for sponsoring tonight's session. It's through the generous support of Montana FFA donors that help make this event possible.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the second general session of the 91st Montana FFA State Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President.
The parliamentarian.
Here by a copy of Robert's Rules of Order.
Your duties there?
It is my obligation to know and share information about parliamentary law and assist members in meeting procedure and etiquette so that we may accomplish the business of the association. I assure that every member will be heard and that the majority will prevail.
The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
Is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands, and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer. Stationed at the emblem of Washington. Your duties there? I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
The secretary is stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Stationed by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep the plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol for labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me at all times to assist in the working of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president stationed there?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we shall follow the leadership of our president, we will be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you. The secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 390 members and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this second general session of the 91st Montana FFA State Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matter which may properly be presented. Without further ado, it is my privilege to introduce to you the girl with the most contagious smile. Let's hear a warm welcome for tonight's session chair and your 2020-2021 state reporter, Gracie Took.
Hey Montana FFA, I'm so excited to spend this time with members and guests. Hopefully you are all ready to have some fun. Joining me tonight is the girl who knows international law like the back of her hand, has impeccable taste in clothing and music, and will keep you entertained for a 4-hour car ride. Montana FFA, give it up for your parliamentarian and co-chair for tonight's session, Allison Young.
Thank you, Gracie, for that lovely introduction. Here it is, the second general session of the 91st Montana FFA State Convention. Tonight's session is brought to you by the Montana Army National Guard and Northwest Farm Credit Services. Our session is titled Connected by Service. As we participate in this evening's activities, we ask that you keep tonight's session theme in mind, as well as we recognize our devoted sponsors, as well as our FFA students who have committed to serving in the military and our country. These individuals exemplify selflessness and seek connections through service. Please join me in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all those who helped make tonight possible. Finally, we will hear retiring addresses from your state treasurer, Gracie Smith, and your state first vice president, Bailey Gaspoda.
I hope all of you have been able to take in the virtual trade show and form meaningful connections with others. There are dozens of virtual rooms featuring different businesses and organizations who want to talk to you. Be sure to take advantage of this amazing opportunity on the Whova platform. We would like to introduce you to tonight's session sponsors, the Montana Army National Guard and Northwest Farm Credit Services. Both have been key supporters of Montana FFA for several years, and we appreciate their dedication and support given to the future leaders of Montana. When we think of connected by service, it is groups like the Army National Guard and Northwest Farm Credit Services that come to mind. Please direct your attention to the screens to watch a short greeting from tonight's session sponsors.
Good afternoon. I am Major General Pete Ronick, and I am the Adjutant General for the Montana National Guard. I commend you all for the steps you've taken thus far in your young lives to develop your potential. As members of Future Farmers of America, you have already begun a time-honored tradition of service to your community and have gained leadership skills that will make you successful. Much like the FFA, the Montana Army National Guard produces leaders and soldiers who serve our community and nation with strong ties to the great state of Montana. If you want to stay in Montana and have aspirations to learn a trade, we offer hands-on, paid job skill training. If you plan to attend college, we offer a 100% tuition fee waiver at over 15 Montana colleges and universities. I encourage you to go to montanaguard.net or speak to a local Montana National Guard recruiter to see the opportunities we have to offer. The FFA motto, learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve, is great to live by and will take you far because as young Montanans, you truly are the future of our great state. I just want to say thank you again for letting me come into your day and to say thank you for your service you've had to the FFA and to your communities. And also consider, again, looking to serve our state and nation, maybe being part of the Montana Army National Guard, where we can help you with opportunities to serve many people in our state and our communities. Again, have a great conference, and God bless.
Hello, Montana FFA. My name is Sean Flatiger. I work for Northwest Farm Credit Services in Great Falls. I serve as the branch manager and a crop insurance agent. Northwest Farm Credit Services is a financial cooperative. We provide financing and related services to farmers, ranchers, agribusinesses, commercial fishermen, timber producers, rural homeowners, and crop insurance customers in Montana, as well as Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. We are a member of the Farm Credit System. That's what we do, but we have a higher purpose. Our purpose is to improve the lives of customers and employees, the communities where we work and raise our families, and the Northwest agriculture, food, and fiber industries that perform a vital role in the United States and around the world. Agriculture is our business. On behalf of Northwest Farm Credit Services, I want to wish you the best for the 2021 Montana FFA Convention.
FFA develops our potential to be successful in business careers, science and technology, education, politics, and military service. We would like to recognize those junior and senior FFA members who are currently enlisted or will be entering the military after graduation. Please stand to be recognized at this time. You may now be seated. Thank you for your dedication and for embodying what it truly means to be connected by service. The Montana FFA Foundation works to build partnerships with individuals and companies to secure strong futures and positive experiences for FFA members. Everything we do in FFA, from career development events to leadership workshops and conferences, would not be possible without the strong support from our FFA Foundation and its sponsors. Please direct your attention to the screens to recognize the great sponsors that help make Montana FFA successful.
Now presenting the 2020 and 2021 donors of Montana FFA. MJ Murdoch Charitable Trust, the Lyle Armstrong Ranch. Presenting the 5-star donors. Alice Lee Lund Trust Fund. C&B Operations. Frontline Ag Solutions. Otto Bremer Trust. RDO Equipment Company. Presenting the 4-star donors. Browning Kimball Foundation. Farmers Union Insurance. Montana Farmers Union. Presenting the 3-star donors. Gianforte Family Foundation. Montana Wheat and Barley Committee. Mountain Sky Guest Ranch. TC Energy. Torgersons. Presenting the 2-star donors. Altria. CHS Foundation. Corteva Agriscience. Glacier Family of Banks. Idaho Forest Group. Montana Agribusiness Association. Montana Farm Bureau Foundation. National FFA Organization. North 40 Outfitters. Northwest Farm Credit Services. Opportunity Bank. Peter Nelson Charitable Foundation. Stockman Bank. Wendy's Wentana. Daryl and Tammy Luther. Presenting the 1-star donors. Presenting the Rising Sun donors. Presenting the Blue and Gold Circle donors. Presenting the 500 Club donors. Presenting the Friends of FFA donors.
Can we get a round of applause for those who help make the events like these possible? The Montana FFA Foundation is more than just simple fundraising. This year marks the 21st anniversary since the inception of our foundation. Please help me in recognizing the foundation staff and board of directors with a power clap after each individual is called. President Kurt Robbins. Vice President Scott Aspenleiter. Secretary Belinda Darlington. Treasurer Mark Sinard. Director Jay Meyer. Director Ellie Petriti. Director Jack Larson. Foundation Executive Director Gwen Simonuk. Programs and Office Manager Catherine Taylor. Marketing and Development Coordinator Jacob Martin. Program and Events Coordinator Sarah Lynn Stanley. Communications Coordinator Peyton Wilson, and Foundation Ambassadors Andy Baker, Tyler Noyes, and Emily Evans. Thank you for your endless dedication to our association. Please give our foundation board and staff a round of applause for their selfless service to this organization.
All right, good evening, Montana FFA. Good evening and welcome to Billings. And thank you to those of you who are tuning in from home. It's great to see so many faces from every corner of the state here back in Billings and all together once again. The Montana FFA Foundation is proud to support Montana FFA Association members, including all of the 5,000 members from 98 communities across the state. We like to do this in the form of leadership development, scholarships, grants, and local chapter support. We are a proud partner with our Montana businesses and individuals who believe, as we do, that every student can find their future through agriculture, and in the future of the Treasure State is right here in this room.
Good evening, Montana FFA. 23 years ago, the Montana FFA Foundation experienced its formative transformation from simply an idea to the beginning of a legacy of furthering agricultural education for generations to come. As president of that foundation, I have had the privilege of watching our donors, teachers, and alumni from all across Montana and all walks of life be bold servant leaders engaged in their communities, furthering the mission of the Montana FFA. We could not do what we do without the support of so many of our partners. Their combined support provided over $500,000 in support for Montana FFA members in 2020. This is a record-breaking achievement for the foundation, and our donors and sponsors are more than just financial support to help our events run successfully. They also bring passion, expertise, and wisdom to our organization.
Now, these partners are the driving force behind state and local chapters. In addition to the dollars our donors invest in members, this year the foundation was blessed with partners who extended themselves above and beyond to provide meaningful learning opportunities to our students in our time of need. We are proud to announce that this year's friend of the foundation is our John Deere Dealers of Montana, C&B Operations, Frontline Ag Solutions, and RDO Equipment Company.
Many of you have had the opportunity to participate in a John Deere Ag Expo contest that were held throughout the state of Montana, all the way from Glendive to Twin Bridges. C&B Operations, Frontline Ag Solutions, and RDO Equipment were instrumental in providing these opportunities for you, our FFA members. And they are truly humbled that they provided such continued service and vision for cultivating the potential for each FFA member to find the success through the blue and gold jacket. Let's give the biggest blue and gold round of applause we can stand for all these supporters of John Deere.
In a normal year, we'd have 1,500 Blue Jackets flooding the Montana State University campus, and big surprise, with pandemic restrictions, we weren't able to have 1,500 kids in one place. So earlier this year, our staff had to come up with a new plan as to how we would deliver these contests. We have several different speaking contests as well as hands-on contests to apply what the students are learning in the classroom in a more hands-on setting. And this is a great opportunity for students to develop an appreciation for agriculture, especially our first-year students, and also hopefully develop an interest in these students to pursue a career in agriculture once they graduate high school. So what we ended up doing was providing this in a hybrid format where some of our contests were held online and some of our more hands-on contests were held in person. So these would be things like veterinary science and mechanics, and these were held across the state at 12 different locations so that students could socially distance and we could keep the numbers down. So as you can imagine, this turned into a massive undertaking for our staff to get enough volunteers, communicate with all of those volunteers, get the space for all of the contests. And then in addition to that, clearly none of our staff are health professionals, so this was completely uncharted territory for us. And luckily, with working with the county health departments and other health professionals, we were able to develop health action plans for each of the locations where we were hosting these contests. And we had to provide PPE for students, face masks, we had sanitizer coming out of our ears, infrared thermometers, and then once we got to the locations, we marked out different spots for students to socially distance 6 feet apart, hung up signs to direct the flow of traffic, exit, enter. Anyways, there was so many different moving parts, and this was all for just 2 days of contests for our students, and in some of our locations, there were only 1 or 2 students in a few of these contests. But what we realized is these contests still had a lot of value for the students who were participating in them. In the weeks leading up to Ag Expo, I was talking with one of our FFA advisors, and she expressed to me how much she just appreciated having an event and an opportunity for students to bring them there and get them excited about being an FFA. And she further shared that this year has been really hard as an agricultural education teacher because of the distance learning. She feels that she can't really do her job in developing the career and technical skills in her students that she feels they really, really need, especially in her school. And FFA aside, all of the other school activities for students don't have a lot of opportunities this year. Some of her students don't really see the value in coming to school, and they've stopped participating, and they've stopped coming to school. So the reason that we're doing these events and providing these opportunities for students, we typically do this because we want to develop that next generation of leaders in agriculture and breathe life into that voice that next generation is going to advocate for our industry. What we're also doing this year is providing a reason for students to want to come to school and actively participate in their education, and for our FFA members, provide encouragement to be those engaged leaders in their communities. And I actually want you to hear from them what's giving them hope this year.
So I can learn.
So I can connect.
So that we can serve.
So that I can continue my education.
So that we can help our community.
So that I can provide the tools for the next generation of leaders.
So how many of us participated in the John Deere Ag Expo? Hands up. Looks like there's quite a few of us who participated. Where all did everyone go to participate in John Deere Ag Expo? Let's hear from over here. Missoula, okay. Havre, Bozeman. Where else did we participate? This group here. Antelope. Oh yeah, over by Plentywood. Yeah. Plentywood. Where else? Bozeman. How about from the far end? Where all did you guys come from to go to? Twin Bridges. I think we all heard that. Awesome. Yeah. Livingston. I think we covered almost all of them. So there were 12 different locations that we had our John Deere Ag Expo at this year, and I cannot commend our John Deere Ag Expo partners enough for their work in helping to provide this for our students. And I'm really glad to hear that we enjoyed the contests. I do want to shout out a couple of individuals who are instrumental in providing these activities at the Ag Expo throughout the year, and that would be our staff, Kat, Jacob, and Sarah Lynn. And I have the utmost respect for these individuals and complete faith in their abilities, because they spent every extra moment this year and every extra ounce of energy to put that into these events and opportunities outside of the Ag Expo for FFA members. And they have quite literally been spending sleepless nights at our office redesigning how to do these things. Like, we all know each other's coffee orders at this point. And they did a lot of things like changing to fit pandemic parameters and stuffing boxes to send to FFA chapters and planning virtual workshops for FFA members. So if you've enjoyed any of the foundation activities that we provided this year, please be sure to pull our staff aside and let them know about your experience in these activities. So what fuels our partners and us to look beyond what we're currently doing and to find new ways to support members is recognizing the immense potential in each of you and the current challenges we face. So to put this into perspective, about 15 years ago is when we really saw the rise of social media in the mid-2000 era. And according to a study published in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology, between 2009 and 2017, there was a 60% increase in the rates of depression amongst students ages 14 to 17.
And so that's more than double, and that's a pretty significant number. And when we think about this past year of having a little bit more isolation and not being able to go out and network with other students, whether it be through FFA or otherwise, that's a pretty big obstacle, and I'm sure it impacted all of us. Last night we heard Artha talking about her personal challenges with social media influence on her psyche and her personal well-being, and I know we've all felt that to some degree, and I've certainly felt that. When we first entered the pandemic and we postponed our state convention last year, that was the first time I really felt out of control with my job. And then as we started thinking about, well, what are we going to do for the fall? What are we going to do for our events? It was really thinking about the students and seeing what you did to come together and provide support in your communities that really kept us going. Like, you really provided that fuel for the foundation and for our partners to continue to work to provide meaningful opportunities. So at this point in time, I just want to let you know that this is what gives us hope, each and every one of you.
Thank you, Gwen. Well said. One of the things that was kind of held differently this year was days of service. And what we recognize is your willpower as FFA members to serve others is very relentless. Typically, we hold a day of service here at convention. And this year, instead of being one hosting community, we had statewide days of service. And they were held in your communities all across Montana and directed by you, the local student leaders. We hope that participating in these chapters we hope those chapters that participated enjoyed the Days of Service t-shirts and all the supplies that were provided by the Montana FFA Foundation. At this point in time, we welcome members of the Fairview FFA chapter to come up and share their Day of Service experience.
Hello, my name is Lauren Chose from the Fairview FFA chapter. While we continue to hear how COVID-19 has changed how events are held and activities take place, service leadership has not stopped or slowed down our FFA chapter. In the fall, our chapter puts together an event called Thank a Farmer, where members get together and assemble snack bags that include a bottle of water, chips, a granola bar, cookies, a beef stick, and an apple. The snack bags are then delivered to sugar beet farmers out in the field. Meanwhile, at the sugar beet pile grounds, other FFA members pass snack bags to the truck drivers and other harvest employees, always making sure to share a smile and tell them thank you for their hard work and dedication to feeding the world. This past fall, we reached out to other local FFA chapters to help with the distribution of the snack bags, and we were able to pass out 800 bags. A fun service project that got the whole school involved was conducted during National FFA Week. We hosted a Kiss the Critter contest in which 3 school celebrities were asked to participate. All week, students and staff were encouraged to put money in a jar for the candidate they most wanted to kiss a secret farm animal. The competition came down to a last-minute donation, pushing our high school superintendent to the top of the race. Much to his relief, the secret farm animal was only a cute baby goat. And together we were able to raise $527 for our local food bank. This spring, our FFA chapter was notified that the picnic tables at our local community park along the lower Yellowstone River were in rough shape. We are in the process right now of bringing the picnic tables to our high school egg shop and replace the worn-out boards, fix broken welds on the frames, and give them a new coat of paint before bringing them back to the park to be used during the opening of paddlefish season. This project has also opened the door to our FFA chapter hosting a cleanup day on Earth Day at the same park. Funding for these events has been possible through generous donations as well as grants from the Montana FFA Foundation. Ask your FFA advisor how to apply and get involved.
So Lauren, I'm going to have you hold on there for a second. I wanted to ask you a question. First of all, I wanted to say that your chapter has done a great job serving your community. You've done so many activities. And with all these activities you've done, what have you taken away from this experience?
I learned that such a small gesture can go a long ways, and we always get so much support from our community, and it's vital to give that back to our community for strength in our FFA chapter and pride in agriculture.
Awesome. Well put. Let's give Lauren and the Fairview FFA a huge blue and gold round of applause.
Thank you again, Fairview FFA, and congratulations to all FFA chapters who participated in the statewide Days of Service. Also, a big thank you to Northwest Farm Credit Services for sponsoring the State Days of Service. You've heard us talk a bit about vision and how our vision for Montana FFA has evolved throughout the years, and to serve as stepping stones to create new, meaningful learning experience for each and every FFA member. Tonight, we are honoring one of the most visionary individuals in the history of Montana agricultural education. Mr. Bill Jimerson served as an FFA advisor for 25 years, most of which were in Conrad. And during this time, he introduced the Ag Sales CDE, the Ag Issues LDE, the Native American Indian presentation, and organized the Foundation's very first extravaganza fundraiser. He subsequently served as the state FFA advisor for several years and held various leadership roles within the Montana FFA Foundation and the Montana FFA Alumni Association. This year, Bill is the recipient of our Lee Boyer Lifetime Achievement Award. In honor of Lee, the Montana FFA Foundation recognizes individuals for their exceptional contribution towards furthering agricultural education in Montana and lifelong commitment to selfless work, focus, and development of the Montana FFA Foundation and of the Montana FFA Association by bestowing the Lee Boyer Lifetime Achievement Award. In recognition of the countless hours donated, endless support offered, and the professional relationships fostered, we salute a distinguished champion of Montana FFA and agricultural education. Unfortunately, Bill was here earlier this evening, but due to bad roads, he's in Bozeman. He had to head back. But we really do appreciate everything that Bill has done for us. He truly is a visionary, and his expertise and his advice have always been treasured by me personally, and I know the value that he presented to our board. So let's give Bill a great big round of applause, even though he's not here.
Yeah, I think in one word we can summarize Mr. Jimerson, and that's vision. We've said that a couple different times now, and Mr. Jimerson is really one who's looking to the future for all FFA members and also for the FFA advisors, agricultural education teachers we have in this state. I know we're all really excited to be here for competing in contests, right? Who's excited about the contest this week? Yeah? So Mr. Jimerson, he really liked to participate in contests as well. And I think one of the very special things about Bill is that he looked further than the things that were visible wins, visible achievements for students. He truly was someone who sought to serve each student, each individual, and make sure that they had a place in the FFA organization. So Mr. Jimerson, teaching for 25 years, you can imagine the number of students he's impacted and who are still floating around the state in their careers right now. And I've gotten to run across them at different times. One time I was in the Great Falls area and I ran into one of his former students, and I just happened to mention I was with FFA traveling, and he's like, "Oh, do you know Mr. Jimerson? He was my FFA advisor in Conrad." And so in talking to this individual, he told me, I was a real troublemaker in high school, and I feel really bad for Mr. Jimerson having to deal with me. But I really appreciate that Mr. Jimerson took the time to, set me straight and make me participate in things, because none of the other teachers really cared about me very much, and I was not on a great path. But because of Mr. Jimerson, I learned a lot of really important skills, and I have my own auctioneering business now. And if it weren't for Mr. Jimerson, this would have never have happened. And that's just one example of the impact that Mr. Jimerson has. And he's done that with so many different individuals. Personally, he's been a huge role model in my life. He was our interim director a couple of years ago at the foundation, and he's probably one of the only people on our payroll that laughs at my really bad jokes, or who isn't on our payroll. So I really appreciate his company. But Mr. Jimerson, just anyone he touches, if you've ever met the man, he is one of the kindest, most servant-oriented people, and we are very honored to bestow this award upon him. So I hope we can all take a little bit of wisdom from Mr. Jimerson and discover new ways to continue making Montana FFA an organization where everyone can find their place here in preparation for a lifetime of success. So one more time, let's hear it for Mr. Jimerson. We'll turn it back over to your state FFA officers.
Thank you for your continued support of this organization. Please direct your attention to the satellite stage and join me in welcoming Henry Smith, Andy Baker, and Taylor Seppel, who will be joining virtually.
Hi, I'm Taylor. I first met Gracie when we were just 4 years old and started t-ball together. What I would pay to watch Gracie play a game of baseball now. The unique thing about Gracie is her ability to make everyone feel like they belong. She was the glue in numerous of our friend groups and activities throughout our lives. And where she may have lacked in coordination on the field, she flourished in leadership and compassion. Ironic that growing up together, her and I never really got close until this past year. And boy, did I not know what I was getting myself into. She has tortured me this past semester by making me watch all the Twilight, Harry Potter, and Star Wars movies. Don't tell Gracie this, but I wouldn't trade having her as my best friend for anything in the world. And I low-key liked the Harry Potter movies.
Wow, I feel a little underdressed. You guys look so amazing with your corduroy. I miss it, I really do. My name's Henry Smith. I'm Grace's older brother. I joined FFA in my 8th grade year, but Grace, of course, had to join in her 7th grade year. I was thrilled to win 2nd place in created districts. And of course, Grace won 1st place just a few years later. My senior year, I served as the 4-H state ambassador. And Grace was elected to serve a year earlier in her junior year. It's amazing what civil rivalry will do. From the little girl who used to follow me around at events, she's come so far. Incredibly caring, endlessly enthusiastic, and hardworking. She's the only person I have ever met who's been needed to give advice to tone down the enthusiasm when given a speech. For 4 years, I've known that I would be up here introducing Grace as your state officer, and I am so incredibly proud.
Hi, my name is Andy Baker, and I'm not nearly as tall as Henry is. So I first met Gracie 3 years ago when we were running together to be state 4-H ambassadors. Let me tell you, when I first met her, there were 3 things I noticed. First of all, she was about 6 inches taller than I was. Secondly, she was obsessed with horses, which I can tell you she still is to this day. But finally, and most importantly, I noticed that she had this endless energy that was just contagious to everyone around her. From that first day of first impressions, I had no idea that she would grow into one of my closest friends. Whether I am FaceTiming her at 1 a.m. to tell her about the crazy dream I just had, or if she is ordering Starbucks for me for the 15th time because I still don't know what I want, she is always the person that I know I can count on. Gracie, you are an amazing state officer and an even better human being. I am so thankful to have you in my life every single day. Montana FFA, we are proud to present to you a best friend, a teammate, and a sister.
Your 2020-2021 State 4-H FFA, State FFA Treasurer, Gracie Smith.
I wanna run with the wolves and know how we can go, and we'll race right through the night. There's no fear in my eyes, just the will to survive. No one ever stop the fight. Give me a dream and I'll chase it. Lend me your heart and I'll break it. Show me the world and I'll take it. Baby, I won't quit, 'cause I'm a firestorm. I'm a firestorm. I'm a firestorm. Show me the world and I'll take it.
So, you found the remote, made your snack, and finally get to put your feet up. Now, what do you choose to watch? Maybe it's Star Wars, Grey's Anatomy, the newest Netflix binge, or a Disney classic. For me, it's Twilight. I really don't know where this obsession began, but I love the Twilight series. And not just Twilight. Avatar, Harry Potter, The Avengers, and many other series have given me hours of entertainment and shaped my life in many ways. Other than nerdiness, the underlying theme connecting all of these is magic. All of my life, I searched to find my magical world. A place where I could belong, like in Twilight, find heroes like the Avengers, and make lifelong friends like Harry Potter. When I was in 7th grade, I found that magical place, FFA. Now, when I first joined FFA, I had a few immediate goals in mind. Staying in a hotel on a school trip, the dances, and winning Creed. What I didn't realize I would find was a second family who would accept and support me. As Bella from Twilight says, my time as a human was over, but I'd never felt more alive. I was born to be an FFA member. Okay, I might have changed that last part up a little bit, but you get the point. As a 7th grader, I was the youngest in my chapter, composed mostly of high schoolers. But despite our age differences, they immediately accepted me with open arms. It was just like when Bella apprehensively first meets the Cullens, but they already consider her a part of the family. My high school confidants showed me all that the FFA world had to offer. They would join me in racing through every part of the trade shows and catapult into the aisles for line dances during pre-sessions. They even put up with my insisting on carrying around a 4-foot-long, bright pink selfie stick all throughout National Convention. Together, our chapter created traditions, inside jokes, memories, and magic. As years passed, I became one of the upperclassmen, and it was my job to introduce our younger members to our new silly traditions. Allow me to explain one of my favorites, stealing the free breadsticks at Olive Garden, a tradition I inadvertently began at my very first Olive Garden experience on the way to the State Floriculture Contest in Glendive, Montana. As I walked out of the restaurant with a basket of breadsticks hidden under my jacket, I heard a voice shouting from behind me, "Hey, stop! Wait!" It was our waitress. I turned around with terror in my eyes, ready to confess my bread crime, when she handed Taylor her wallet next to me and told us to have a great day. It's sharing funny traditions like this and supporting each other's quirks and unique personalities that defines a family. FFA has given me a second family, a place to belong and totally be myself. There is nothing more magical than showing someone that they belong. We all know the Avengers, a group of butt-kicking superheroes who are always saving the world. My ag teacher, Miss Tinsman, is easily comparable to my favorite Avenger, Iron Man. She may not be an eccentric billionaire, especially on that ag teacher's salary, but she does have the quick wit, perseverance, and desire to help any and everybody that she can. Miss Tinsman and I both started FFA when I was a 7th grader. She was our newly hired ag teacher, knowing about as much as I did going into our first contest. But it became very clear that she would excel. Just like Iron Man says, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk. And that is exactly what she did. When I was 9 years old, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. This disease causes me to get unpredictably sick. And one year, when I missed our officer interviews because I was hospitalized, I was devastated. It was a really difficult time in my life, and I was struggling to find my strength. Miss Tinsman gave me that by including a second vice president, me, on our officer team. Assuring me that I had earned it, she believed that I would soon be back to being an officer. And in turn, so did I. My advisor made the ag room not just a classroom, but a second home for anyone who needed it, even keeping snacks for after-school tutoring and FFA practices. From all the late-night creed sessions with my favorite middle school members, to putting up with Lily and I bringing a 24-pack of Red Bulls to CDE days and drinking them all, Miss Tinsmid made FFA a place where everyone could belong. And she kept us all in line, with the occasional threat to throw her prosthetic leg at us. Yet another similarity to Iron Man. Miss Tinsman didn't just wake up and decide to be a superhero. It was in the decisions that she chose to make every day to invest in those around her that added up to create her magical powers. When you wake up every day, choose to make those differences. Be understanding. Reach out to those around you. Be someone's hero. During Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, dark times fall upon the entire wizarding world. Harry and his friends can't seem to catch a break as their world spirals out of control. The pandemic has felt a lot like the Deathly Hallows. But, as Dumbledore wisely said, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. Turning on the light is exactly what my mom, Marcy, did this past year. Becoming an empty nester during a time where all of her organizations and volunteering activities came to a halt, my mom found herself with more free time than she had ever wanted. Rather than locking down and binging Netflix for 8 hours a day, she made a decision. She wanted to start making more art. She cleared a space in our mudroom and made herself a little art studio where she could begin to spend some of that free time. Starting with portraits of our animals, she then began to take requests, making pastels for close friends and family members, portraits of their beloved pets. Not only did she find joy in having a project and being able to do fine art again, but she used her gift to bring joy to others. I was blessed enough to witness many reactions of those who were gifted pet pastels throughout this past year. And to say it brings a smile across every face would be an understatement. My mom used her art to make magic for so many people during a time when we all needed to remember to turn on the light. Turning on the light was critical for Riley Larson from Conrad when her entire family became sick with COVID-19 and it darkened her world, but she still found joy in every day. Luke Heipel from the Kalispell FFA chapter has been a hero throughout his battle with cancer, and the entire Corvallis FFA chapter showed McKenna and I that we belonged in their FFA family from the second that we arrived. You can't always control your situation, but you can control how you react to it. Make someone feel like they belong. Be a hero to those around you. Turn on the light, and Montana FFA never stop making magic.
Gracie, your heart has room for everyone in the world. From late night talks to all those times where I'm prepared for workshops, you always have either the right things to say or the right things for us. Gracie, we're so thankful to call you our best friend and our family. Gracie, I'm proud to present to you your retiring officer plaque. Montana FFA, I'm proud to present to you your 2020-2021 State Treasurer, Gracie Smith.
Yeah.
Gracie, thank you for teaching us how to find the magic of FFA. At this time, will the Poplar, East Helena, and Rapplejay FFA members and advisors please join Max and Brooke behind the satellite stage?
For a number of years, the Montana Department of Agriculture has been awarding Building Our Montana Communities grants to outstanding FFA chapters throughout the state. These grants are funded through the Agricultural Finance Program. Montana Department of Agriculture staff evaluates the building community section of the national chapter applications. Grants are awarded to the FFA chapters that have developed outstanding community service projects. These projects must accomplish specific learning, participation, and achievement objectives, which are 1. Facilitate an understanding among students of the principles and fundamentals of community development. 2. Involve students in planning and implementing a chapter BOMC project or projects of their choice. 3. Help youth acquire knowledge and skills in community leadership for present and future use. 4. Benefit the community as a whole while recognizing importance of community participation. And 5. Further the economic development opportunities of agriculture and/or agribusiness and impact the local community.
The Building Our Montana Communities Awards are sponsored by the Montana Department of Agriculture. In no particular order, will 2 representatives from the following chapters please quickly make their way up to the stage from the right to be recognized in this award area? Columbus, Shepherd, Sims. These chapters will receive cash prizes donated by the Montana Department of Agriculture.
In third place, earning a $100 award, is the Shepherd FFA. In second place, receiving a check in the amount of $200, is the Sims chapter. And the chapter with the most outstanding community service projects, earning a $300 award from the Montana Department of Agriculture, is the Columbus FFA. And now, FFA members, please help me welcome Lane Johnson from the Plentywood FFA to the stage to sing for us this session.
One more day, one more night, one more hello, no more goodbyes. Life goes on and passes us by. One more day without your smile. Move on like the seasons change as the leaves fall. We crumble away, snowflakes fly. Then winter came, but it all just melts away. Mother, sister, sunshine, sunshine. One more day, Father Time. Life goes on, but one thing's for certain: the purple crocus grows on. Springtime comes, but the good Lord calls. Hold your hand and say I love you, Grandma. Look around, and what do you see? She says a field of purple crocuses in front of me. Mother Earth, Sister Sunshine, one more day, Father Time. Life goes on, but one thing's for certain: the purple crocus grows on. Sister Sunshine, one more day, Father Time. Life goes on, but one thing's for certain: the purple crocus grows on.
Thank you, Lane, for that amazing performance. At this time, please welcome Connor Cybra, Maddie, Amy, and Rusty Gaspoda to the satellite stage.
I'm Amy Gaspoda, Bailey's sister.
I'm Connor Cybra. I'm Bailey's cousin.
I'm Maddie, I'm Bailey's sister.
I'm Bailey's favorite brother, Rusty Gaspoda.
I don't think I could have ever asked for a better sister than Bailey. She has the ability to make any situation fun, no matter what it is, and she's taught me so many things.
As Bailey's favorite younger sister, she's always been a role model to me. She's a strong, independent, beautiful person, which I only say she's beautiful because I look like her.
Bailey has always been a kind and caring person, and so whenever I used to crash my bike whenever I was younger, which pretty sure everybody did, but anyway, she was always the first one to come and help me up, but that's mostly because she caused most of the crashes.
Bailey is one of the hardest working people I know, but she's also the most stubborn. So her and I have never really worked together very well. But she has a gift where she can take a group of any people who are completely different and make them work well together to accomplish any task.
We're proud to introduce our sister
And our cousin.
and your 2020-2021 Montana FFA First State Vice President, Bailey Gaspoda.
Daddy gave her first pony, then taught her to ride. She climbed high in that saddle, fell I don't know how many times. He taught her a lesson Lessons of life are gonna show you in time. Soon enough, you're gonna know why. It's gonna hurt every now and then. If you fall, get back on again. Cowgirls don't cry. She grew up, she got married.
I used to ride this puppy for miles and miles. Okay, maybe not actually miles, but I did ride the heck out of that little bike. I would run out the door in my little cowgirl boots, hop on this sick ride, and pedal down the road to see my grandparents. Really quick, let's talk about my outfit, because these boots were quite the fashion statement. To go with the boots, though, you could find little Bailey wearing some sort of a sundress, a cowgirl hat, and of course, my bike dumped in the yard. I had a rope that I would swing above my head in practice so I could be a true cowgirl. I loved the song Cowgirls Don't Cry by Brooks and Dunn because, naturally, that was me. I remember listening to the song for the first time with my grandpa, and since then, I never let those lyrics leave my mind. One day, I hop on this little red bike because I was gonna take a spin to go see my nanny and papa. I saddle my horse, straighten out my cowgirl hat, and I head down the road. I pedal, pedal, pedal as fast as I could go, but I just so happened to feel a little extra bold that day. I lift one hand off the handlebars and slowly begin to lift the other. Naturally, I do a wobble, so I grasp back on. Now, that didn't stop me, because I was determined to ride my bike with no hands. So, I let go. Now, I like to think I made it pretty far, but realistically, I don't think I did. Because before you know it, I have a mouthful of rocks, scuffed up knees and elbows, and my bike is dumped behind me in the ditch. My little fearless self got a good old slice of humble pie from that little bike. Now, when I crashed, I was right in front of my grandparents' house. Embarrassing, right? So I get myself out of the road, stand my bike back up, and hop right back into the saddle. I choked back the tears and rode right up to their porch, and my grandpa greets me at the door. He looks me up and down and says, "Bailey, what happened?" Quick to respond, I say, "Well, Papa, I kinda got bucked off." I said that as I was choking back tears because, man, that wreck hurt. In that moment, though, I just looked up at him with the tears flooding my eyes and said, "But Papa, cowgirls don't cry. They just ride, baby, ride." He grabbed me, pulled me into his arms to comfort me, but I was not gonna cry, because that's not what cowgirls do. No, I knew that it was going to hurt every now and then, but if I fall, just get back on again. All I ever wanted to be was strong. So you could say that Brooks and Dunn had quite the influence on my life. All of my life, I have prided myself in the fact that I could crash on this little bike and not cry. I convinced myself that because I could lift heavy weights in the gym, I was just strong. In reality, though, I had no clue what it meant to truly seek strength. Throughout the past couple of years, strength has really come and gone in my life. There are times where I feel so strong and feel like I could be on top of the world, but there are others where I feel incredibly weak. There's days where I struggle to get out of bed, struggle to go outside, feel like a person, and connect with others. More often than not, though, I find myself wanting to hide that I feel this way. I don't want people to view me as weak or see me as someone that needs fixing. Because that's not who I am. I'm supposed to be the little girl that gets back on that bike after I crash. I'm supposed to be the girl that goes to the gym every day and is seen as strong, even though I don't feel like her. However, I find it alarmingly easy to put on a smile and go about my day. For me, it is so much easier to just remember that cowgirls don't cry. They just ride, baby ride. Now, when I say that this year strength has come and gone, I really mean it. Just a few months ago, I hit a huge PR in the gym. I was able to squat clean 35 more pounds than what I was doing last year. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but for me, that was a clear sign that I had gained strength. On the flip side of things, though, I found out what it was like to truly feel my weakest. I got to a point where I was just going through the motions in life, and I felt so disconnected and was stuck in a never-ending slump. I got clinically diagnosed with depression and severe anxiety. I got prescribed antidepressants and started having to go see a therapist every week. It sucked. I was not supposed to be this weak that I needed to go to someone for help. I was supposed to get back on my bike, but I just couldn't. I wanted to be strong and independent, but I couldn't seek the strength that I needed. Within a few weeks, though, I started to gain a lot of progress. It took a lot of tears, time, and truth to get to feeling better, but as I began to focus on how many amazing things I have in my life, I remembered just how strong I actually was. I would think about my friends, my family, my coworkers, my teammates, and all of you members. When I would think about you members, that is what would give me the strength to keep going. I would think about Riley Larson from the Conrad FFA. I met Riley at Gold Conference this year, and if any of you know what goes on at Gold Conference, you know how nerve-wracking it can be. Riley was going in for her first interview, and she would not stop psyching herself out. She convinced herself that she simply was not strong enough to do this interview. Now, somehow, Riley found her strength, because she came out of that interview room grinning ear to ear. She showed me that no matter how weak you feel before a situation, you can always come out knowing that you are strong. I'd also think about two members from the Harlem FFA chapter, Stan and Elaney. These two bright members attended John Deere Egg Expo in Havre. Now, neither of them felt very confident going into their competition. I approached them and said, "Hey, how are you guys feeling about agronomy today?" And they look at me and say, "Well, we don't really know what we're doing, but it'll be okay." And they just smiled and continued to the competition. As time went on, I got to see a very special moment happen. Elaney was clearly stressed. You could see in her face she was staring at her clipboard and didn't know what to do next. But Stan looked at her, gave her a reassuring nod and a big thumbs up, and the next thing you know, the two had finished the competition and they both did incredibly well. Elaney and Stan inspired me to seek strength in other people and to always remind others how strong they are. Now, it is scientifically proven that the greatest way to build strength is through resistance training. So it should be simple. To be strong, you just lift heavy weights and build your muscles. Easy, right? Let's think about that more. Resistance training. What even is resistance? Resistance is the act of opposing or withstanding a force. We have to think about the times in our lives where certain forces are opposing our progress forward. The times where you simply feel defeated and you just feel like giving up. That force that is acting against our progress and growth is what is making us stronger. It is growing our muscles, and the force may make us feel weak, but it takes being your weakest to truly find out just how strong you are. When you feel the most weight on your shoulders, that is when you are making those gains. Speaking of gains, let's talk about the gym really quick. Imagine you just squatted a really heavy weight. You repped it out, you walk out of the gym, and your legs are starting to feel a little tired. So you do the whole wobble when you're going up the stairs, but you go back the next morning for a workout, and you head right back to the squat rack, because we all know that leg day is every day, right? You go and you get the weight on your shoulders and you go down, but all of a sudden your quads give out. You drop the bar, make the loudest bang ever, and everyone turns their heads to you. People think, wow, did she really just drop that weight? She obviously is not very strong. Weak sauce. The reality is, though, you are strong. You lifted so much weight yesterday, but now all of a sudden, all you feel is weak. But think about that resistance you just pushed through, all that weight you lifted yesterday. So don't tell me you aren't strong. Get back on the bike when you crash. Just ride, baby, ride. Push through your fears and weaknesses with confidence, just like Riley. Remind others how strong they are, like Stan and Elaney, and hit those PRs in the gym. Montana FFA, push through that resistance, and always seek your strength.
Give it all you had, and I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say,
Bailey Marie Gaspoda. I can't even begin to explain how much you mean to this team. You are the light and happiness of our team and can always bring a smile to her face. Jeez, sorry. I know that you are so strong because of how you handled all of these unexpected events of this year, and because it hurts pretty bad when you hit me, especially earlier today when you actually gave me a bloody nose. I'm not kidding, by the way. Bailey, thank you for showing your strength to us and your love for this year. I'm proud to present you with your retiring officing plaque. Love, Allie, Gracie, Che, McKenna, Gracie, Brooke, and Max. Montana FFA, your 2020-2021 State First Vice President, Bailey Gaspoda.
Bailey, thank you for teaching us how to find our strength. Each year, the number of chapters in the Montana FFA Association increases. This year, we are fortunate to recognize our 3 newest chapters who will receive their charters tonight.
Article 2, Section B of the Montana FFA Constitution reads that active chapters of the Montana FFA Association shall be chartered in schools where a minimum of 2 years systematic instruction in agricultural education is offered. Such chapters shall operate as an integral part of the instructional program of agricultural education. We are now going to recognize 3 new chapters, 2 of which already started their chartering process last year, but because of the lack of in-person convention, were unable to finish their charter. Starting with Montana's newest chapter, will the members of the Poplar FFA please join us on stage? Rapalje FFA, you may now come to the stage to sign your charter. East Helena FFA, please come to the stage to sign your charter.
Let's give another round of applause to our 3 newest chapters. Welcome to Montana FFA. We now have 97 active FFA chapters in our state.
We are very pleased to have with us tonight Dr. Igo from Montana State University's Department of Agriculture Education and Technology Education, and Mr. Eric Tillman from the Office of Public Instruction in Helena to recognize 2 high school seniors who plan to pursue a career in agricultural education.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody on behalf of Montana OPI. My name is Eric Tillman. I'm the Ag Education Specialist for the state of Montana. And it is estimated that there will be hundreds of unfilled positions across the U.S. this year, simply because we don't have enough people to fill them. In Montana, we have 97 chapters as of tonight, and with over 110 ag teachers, we still have 6 openings in our state. We need, our goal with this Teach Ag campaign is to ensure an abundant supply of quality and diverse agriculture teachers who will inspire the next generation of problem solvers, learners, entrepreneurs, and agribusinessmen, agriculturalists. Sorry about that. Montana needs more students that want to make a difference. They want to lead. They want to inspire, want to motivate, and want to teach ag. So tonight we have 2 students who are here that are ready to answer the call. First person up, Bailey. I lost my sheets. Bailey Lake from Kalispell. Would you please come up? Bailey will be attending college at University of Idaho this fall. One more round. Our next student, signing with Montana State University, Colton Taylor. Awesome. Welcome to an incredible journey in starting. I'm Mr. Lombardi. I'm the president of the Montana Agriculture Teachers. And Gracie, as you gave your presentation tonight, I couldn't help but agree that you had one heck of an ag teacher. And I want to call her up here, as well as some of the other ag teachers. And Montana students, you all have some wonderful ag teachers. Tonight we're going to recognize some of those teachers that have won our statewide teaching awards. And so first up, if those award winners and teachers would come on up to the stage and just stay up here for a second and be recognized. And it's okay, give a shout out for your teachers, and that's a way of thanking them for the hard work that they do and the great things that they achieve in your communities. First of all, teachers, turn the key. Miss Neela Andries, come on up. Second of all, for Ideas Unlimited, Miss Cassie Tinsman. Outstanding teacher, Miss Stacy Dietz. One of our awards is for the outstanding program, and this year that would go to the Missoula program. Awesome. Very good. Other representatives from the Missoula program, come on up also if you're in the room. They're not here. They're out working. They're working hard all the time. And let's see, we have teacher mentor, Leanne Hoagland. We also like to recognize within our organization those other support people who may not teach agriculture education, but support you, the students, and the teachers and your programs. And that would be the Administrator of the Year and Mr. Kevin Kintley from Ronan. Students, communities, and guests, I'm very proud to be in a profession to work with people like this on a daily basis. It's one of the greatest joys that I have in this profession is get to come to conferences and visit with them, and they definitely keep me sharp. One more round of applause for our teacher award winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tillman, Dr. Igo, and the Montana State University Department of Agricultural Education for developing teachers for Montana. Today, the chapter secretaries' books, treasurers' books, scrapbooks, and the Hall of Chapters displays have been judged by special guests. The top 3 in each category will be recognized. First, to award the top secretary's book, our very own State Secretary, McKenna Quirk.
Will the following chapter secretaries please come to the stage? Brooke Grow from Ruby Valley, Claire Stanley from Missoula, and Gianna Boyd from Bainville. These individuals have earned a gold award on their chapter's secretary book. This office requires that the holder keep a typed record of all meetings sanctioned within the chapter, handle the chapter's correspondence, and help the president prepare meeting agendas. A secretary's book offers the only legal record of the meetings of an organization. The chapter secretary must be a willing individual with a true desire to help their chapter. The 2021 third place secretary's book belongs to Brooke Grow of the Ruby Valley FFA chapter. The 2021 second place secretary's book belongs to Gianna Boyd of the Bainville FFA chapter. Montana FFA this year's first place secretary's book belongs to Claire Stanley of the Missoula FFA chapter. Congratulations to the secretaries that worked tirelessly in preparing the books for their chapter. I'd now like to welcome our state treasurer, Gracie Smith, to announce the awards for the treasurer's book.
Will the following treasurers please come to the stage? Matthew Ellerton from Ritchie, Caden Batzler from Ruby Valley, and Hannah Stolfus from Kalispell. These individuals have earned a gold award for their work on their chapter's treasurer's book. The office of treasurer requires time, organization, and patience. These individuals kept a record of all chapter receipts and disbursements, as well as organized fundraisers. By upholding these standards, these officers have earned an award. The 2021 third place treasurer's book belongs to Caden Batzler of the Ruby Valley FFA chapter. The 2021 second place treasurer's book belongs to Matthew Ellerton of the Ritchie FFA chapter. Montana FFA, your 2021 first place treasurer's book belongs to Hannah Stolfus of the Kalispell FFA chapter. Now please help me welcome your state reporter, Gracie Took, back to the stage to announce the Star Scrapbook and Star Reporter.
Will the following members who developed their chapter scrapbook please come forward? In no particular order, McKenna Hartle from the Kalispell FFA chapter, Shauna Eggert from the Ritchie FFA chapter, and Sydney Hawks from the Chester FFA chapter. These chapters received a gold award on their scrapbook. The chapter scrapbook is a record for a chapter's activities throughout the year. It includes pictures, news articles, and other important information. These individuals' hard work has put their scrapbook among the top 3 in Montana. The third place scrapbook belongs to Shauna Eggert of the Ritchie FFA chapter. The second place scrapbook belongs to McKenna Hartle of the Kalispell FFA chapter. Montana FFA, your 2021 first place scrapbook belongs to Sydney Hawks of the CGI FFA chapter. Let's give our Star Scrapbook Award recipients one last round of applause. Will the following chapter reporters please come to the stage? In no particular order. Morgan Anderson from the Big Timber FFA. Abigail Beds from Shepherd FFA. And Sydney Hawks from CGI FFA. Throughout the year, chapter reporters from across the state have submitted monthly reports to the State Association office. Reports are scored based on their organization, readability, effectiveness, spelling, and grammar. Award winners were selected based on the amount and quality of chapter reports being submitted to the State FFA office by a chapter. These 3 individuals have earned a gold award for their efforts as their chapter reporter. In 3rd place, Abigail Beds of the Shepherd FFA. In 2nd place, Morgan Anderson of the Big Timber FFA. In Montana FFA, your 2021 star reporter is Sydney Hawks of the CGI FFA chapter. Now, please help me welcome your state parliamentarian, Allison Young, to the podium to announce the Hall of Chapters results.
We will now recognize the top 3 in the Hall of Chapters competition. Will one representative from the following chapters who helped create their display please come forward in no particular order? Little Bighorn, Fairview, and Ruby Valley. Chapters develop a creative display highlighting their accomplishments and special projects. We would like to thank all chapters who participated in this category. The displays are judged upon their educational value, presentation, creativity, information, and overall impression. We were excited to have 5 Hall of Chapters displays this year. We now have the privilege of recognizing the top 3. In 3rd place is the Ruby Valley FFA. In 2nd place is the Little Bighorn FFA chapter. And in 1st place, receiving a cash prize and the opportunity to create Montana's Hall of States display for the 2021 National FFA Convention and Expo, is the Fairview FFA chapter. All of the secretary, treasurer, and reporter's books, as well as chapter scrapbooks, will be on display tomorrow. In regards to the single item of delegate business that was presented by the Little Bighorn chapter, it was determined that this was a district concern and should be handled at the district level. Thank you to the Little Bighorn chapter for submitting this item.
Recently, Montana FFA members have had the opportunity to participate in the JAM contests, which include the following: employment skills, agricultural communications, agricultural issues, and marketing plan. At this time, we will recognize the top 10 individuals and top 5 teams in each event. We will begin with the Agricultural Communications CDE, sponsored by AgriSampo North America. Will the following individuals join us on stage in no particular order? Cascade, Sky Smith. Cascade, Katie Skazik. Fairview, Chloe Gullickson. Big Timber, Kira Krug. Fairview, Hannah Hurley. Cascade, Grace Oram. Fairview, Lauren Chose. Fairview, Lacey Selting. Big Timber, Braylon LaRue. Cascade, Ellie Ward. Big Timber, Morgan Anderson. The top 10 individuals in agricultural communications are: in 10th place, from Cascade, Katie Skazik, and from Fairview, Chloe Gullickson. In 9th place, from Big Timber, Kira Krug. In 8th place, from Fairview, Hannah Hurley. And tied for 6th, from Fairview, Lauren Chose, and from Big Timber, Morgan Anderson. In 5th place, from Big Timber, Braylon LaRue. In 4th place, from Fairview, Lacey Selting. And in 3rd place, from Cascade, Sky Smith. In second place, from Cascade, Ellie Ward. And your first place individual in the Agricultural Communications CDE, from Cascade, Grace Oram. We will now recognize the top 5 teams in the Agricultural Communications CDE. When announced, will a representative from the first, second, and third place teams come to the stage? In third place, Fairview. In second place, Big Timber. And your first place team in the Agricultural Communications CDE is the Cascade FFA. Congratulations and thank you AgriSampo North America for sponsoring the Agricultural Communications Contest.
The top 10 individuals in the Employment Skills LDE are, and will the following individuals join us on stage in no particular order? From Shepherd, Brianna Olstad. From Billings, Lainey Kitzman. Bainville, Gianna Boyd. From Clarks Fork, Hannah Griffin. From Shepherd, Caitlin Anders. Corvallis, Sydney Wolski. Fairview, Lauren Chose. Fairview, Hannah Sundheim. And from Conrad, Paige Bender. In 9th place, from Fairview, Hannah Sundheim. In 8th place, from Conrad, Paige Bender. 7th place, from Corvallis, Sydney Wolski. In 6th place, from Clarks Fork, Hannah Griffin. In 5th place, from Shepherd, Caitlin Anderson. In 4th place, from Bainville, Gianna Boyd. In 3rd place, from Fairview, Lauren Chose. In 2nd place, from Shepherd, Brianna Olstad. And your first place individual in the Employment Skills LDE from Billings, Lainey Kitzman. The Agricultural Issues Leadership Development Event is sponsored by BNSF. Will a representative from the top 3 teams please come to the stage and be recognized when you are called? The top teams in the Agricultural Issues LDE are: in 3rd place, Shepherd. In 2nd place, Park City. And your first place team in the Agricultural Issues LDE is the Corvallis FFA. Congratulations to our winners and thank you to BNSF for your support.
Will a representative for the top 3 teams in the Marketing Plan LDE please come to the stage and be recognized when you are called? The top teams in the Marketing Plan LDE are: in 3rd place, the Little Bighorn FFA. In 2nd place, Cascade. And your first place team in the Marketing Plan LDE is the Park City FFA. Congratulations to all of our contestants. Please welcome back to the stage your state president, Brooke Melhoff, as well as your state secretary, McKenna Quirk, to close out tonight's session.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this, the second general session?
As we mentioned yesterday, look for the Montana FFA Legend, our online convention newsletter, which is located on the Montana FFA Association Facebook page. Thank you to the Sims FFA for organizing the Legend. As this convention is a hybrid experience with both in-person activities and opportunities for engagement online, we invite you to log in to our virtual convention platform, Whova. This platform can be downloaded as an app or accessed through your browser. You can attend networking sessions, career exploration seminars, and our conference exhibitors' booths through this app. Recordings of sessions, virtual workshops, opportunities to connect with other members, and more can be found on Whova, and be sure to participate on the app so you can get on the leaderboard. If you are interested in receiving an SAE starter kit sponsored by the Montana Farmers Union, be sure to visit the Montana FFA Foundation booth located next to our registration area to sign up to receive a starter kit. Mechanics will start tomorrow at 7:30 at the Huntley Project High School. The Southern Region Vice President, Arthur Jonason, will be presenting a workshop at 10:30 here in the Convention Hall. And shortly after, Montana's former National Officer, Mamie Hurdle, will be presenting a virtual workshop at 2:30. Please be sure to check the convention schedule for more information. And as always, remember to tag the Montana FFA Association on Instagram and Facebook as you share your state convention experiences on social media.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this, the second general session? We are about to adjourn this, the second general session of the 91st Montana FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this second session adjourned.
A little girl in our neighborhood. Her name is Charlotte Johnson and she's really looking good. I had to go and see her, so I called her on the phone. I walked over
Excuse
to
me,
her
if anyone
house
is
and
missing
this
or
was
has gotten the
going
wrong
on.
award,
Her
please meet us at the
brother was on
stage so we can get that worked out.
sofa,
Thank you.
chocolate pie. Her mom was in the kitchen cutting chicken up to fry. And Daddy was in the backyard rolling up a garden hose. I was on a porch with Charlotte, feeling love down to my toes, and we were swinging. Yeah, just a swinging.